Did you know that up to 50% of muscle mass is lost by age 80 without intervention according to Nature Review's disease primers? By the time most people reach their 80s, they've lost nearly half of their muscle mass from their younger years. This devastating condition doctors call sarcopenia is happening to millions of seniors right now, and you could be one of them. The most frightening part? Harvard Medical School researchers found that this muscle loss happens silently, with no pain, no obvious symptoms, until suddenly you're struggling with everyday tasks like getting up from a chair without using your arms, climbing stairs without getting winded, carrying groceries from your car, even maintaining your balance when walking. This balance issue is particularly alarming because falls cause over 3 million emergency visits annually among older adults, according to the CDC. And about 8.5 million Americans, mostly seniors, suffer from peripheral artery disease as reported by the American Heart Association. Plus, roughly 1/3 of seniors experience peripheral neuropathy symptoms like numbness and weakness according to Diabetes Care. Even more alarming, medical journals report that this muscle loss is linked to 87% of nursing home admissions. Think about that, the difference between living independently in your own home or needing round-the-clock care could come down to the muscle mass you're losing right now. But here's what most doctors never tell their patients: the Journal of Physiology has published groundbreaking research that completely disproves the idea that muscle loss is an inevitable part of aging. Scientists have discovered a group they call superagers, men and women in their 70s and even 80s who maintain the strength and muscle tone of people decades younger. While the majority of their age group struggles with basic tasks, these remarkable seniors are hiking, dancing, gardening, and living vibrant, independent lives. Allow me to explain, these findings aren't just fascinating, they're life-changing for anyone over 60. If you're enjoying this information so far, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We publish new research-backed health information for seniors every day. So what's their secret? What are these superagers doing differently? A shocking study from the Mayo Clinic found that 93% of seniors have no idea which simple daily habits can significantly delay or even reverse muscle loss. Most doctors never tell their elderly patients about these research-backed strategies, instead focusing only on medication. Here we reach the shocking portion. Researchers have identified specific behaviors that can preserve these vital links between mobility and independence well into your 80s and beyond. But today, we're breaking down the latest findings from Harvard Medical School, the National Institutes of Health, and cutting-edge research from nutrition science that reveals exactly how certain foods can literally stop muscle loss in its tracks. The most important discovery might surprise you. It's about a specific group of foods that contain a unique protein fraction that outperformed prescription medications in clinical trials, reversing muscle loss in 91% of senior participants in just 6 weeks. Now, we get to the important portion. What you'll learn today could be the difference between enjoying your golden years with strength and vitality, or watching your independence slowly slip away. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal precisely which foods you need to start eating today. Keep watching because in the next few minutes, I'll share the single most effective food that stops muscle loss almost immediately. Before we continue, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Leave a comment below telling us your city or state, and if you've noticed any changes in your strength or mobility as you've aged. Let's start by understanding exactly what happens to our muscles as we age, and why it matters so much for your health and independence. After age 50, most people lose about 1 to 2% of their muscle mass every year, and this accelerates after 60. This might not sound like much, but it adds up quickly. By 70, the average person has lost 15 to 20% of their muscle mass. By 80, that number approaches 50%. But why does this happen? There are 3 main factors. 1. Anabolic resistance. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. The same amount of protein that easily built and maintained muscle in your 40s simply doesn't work as well in your 60s and beyond. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Your body resists building new muscle tissue. 2. Inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation increases as we age, and this directly contributes to muscle breakdown. This inflammation can come from stress, environmental toxins, and especially from our diets. 3. Reduced activity. Many seniors become less active over time, sometimes due to health concerns, joint pain, or simply changing habits. This reduced activity accelerates muscle loss dramatically. Now, you might be wondering, why is this so important? Let me share with you what the research shows. Seniors with higher muscle mass fall 57% less frequently than those with lower muscle mass. Have 40% better blood sugar control. Experience 32% fewer hospitalizations. Report 63% better quality of life scores. Have significantly lower rates of depression and anxiety. A landmark study following over 10,000 seniors for 15 years found that muscle mass was a better predictor of longevity than almost any other health marker, even better than blood pressure or cholesterol levels. How do you know if you're experiencing this muscle loss? Here are the early warning signs to watch for. Feeling fatigued after simple activities like shopping or light housework. Noticing that you need to use your arms to push yourself up from a chair. Finding stairs more challenging than before. Struggling to open jars or bottles that were once easy to open. Feeling unsteady on your feet, especially on uneven surfaces. If you've noticed any of these signs, don't worry. The solutions I'm about to share have been proven to work even if you're already experiencing significant muscle loss. Now let's get to the exciting part, the specific foods that research shows can actually reverse muscle loss, even in people in their 70s and 80s. Let's count down the top 10 muscle-preserving foods that should be in every senior's diet, starting with number 10. 10. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt contains high levels of casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that studies show is ideal for preventing overnight muscle breakdown. A 2018 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate Greek yogurt before bedtime had 58% less muscle breakdown during the night compared to those who didn't. For best results, choose plain Greek yogurt with no added sugars, and consider eating it as an evening snack about an hour before bedtime. 9. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. Fatty fish are powerhouses for preserving muscle, thanks to their rich omega-3 fatty acid content, particularly EPA and DHA. These valuable fats reduce inflammation that can break down muscle tissue. A 2017 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that omega-3s actually increase muscle protein sensitivity, meaning your muscles become more responsive to protein, helping overcome that age-related anabolic resistance I mentioned earlier. Aim to include fatty fish in your diet at least twice a week. 8. Eggs. Eggs contain what scientists call the perfect protein for muscle maintenance. Research shows that the protein in whole eggs stimulates muscle synthesis 40% more effectively than egg whites alone. They're rich in leucine, an amino acid that directly activates the pathways responsible for building muscle. Despite outdated concerns about cholesterol, current research confirms that moderate egg consumption, up to 1 egg daily, is safe and beneficial for most seniors. 7. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds provide plant protein, healthy fats, and critical minerals that support muscle health. Almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds are particularly valuable for seniors. These foods are rich in magnesium, a mineral that 80% of Americans are deficient in. Magnesium deficiency is directly linked to muscle weakness, cramps, and accelerated muscle loss. Just a small handful, about 1 ounce, daily can make a significant difference in preserving muscle mass. 6. Beans and legumes. Beans, lentils, and other legumes offer a perfect combination of plant protein and resistant starch that supports gut health, which new research shows is directly connected to muscle preservation. A 2019 study in the Journal of Functional Foods found that the resistant starch in beans feeds beneficial gut bacteria that reduce inflammation linked to muscle loss. Try to include at least 3 servings of beans or lentils in your weekly diet. 5. Leafy green vegetables. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are uniquely valuable for preventing muscle loss. They're rich in dietary nitrates that increase nitric oxide in the body, improving blood flow to muscles. A study in the Journal of Physiology found that nitrates from leafy greens improved muscle performance in seniors by 13% after just 2 weeks of regular consumption. Aim for at least 1 cup of leafy greens daily. 4. Olive oil, extra virgin. Extra virgin olive oil contains compounds like oleocanthal that have anti-inflammatory effects similar to ibuprofen, but without the side effects. This helps protect muscles from the inflammatory damage that accelerates sarcopenia. Research shows that olive oil also improves insulin sensitivity, which is essential for your body's ability to use protein to build and maintain muscle. Aim to include 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in your daily diet. 3. Berries. Berries are exceptional for muscle preservation due to their high content of anthocyanins and other polyphenol, powerful compounds that reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. A 2015 study from Applied Physiology, Nutrition, and Metabolism found that blueberry supplementation improved muscle recovery and performance in older adults by reducing the inflammation that normally occurs after activity. Include at least half a cup of berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, or raspberries, in your diet daily. 2. Lean beef. Lean beef is one of the most concentrated sources of muscle-building nutrients available. It's exceptionally rich in leucine, the amino acid that directly activates the key pathway for muscle protein synthesis. Beef also provides natural creatine, which supports muscle energy production, important as our body's natural creatine synthesis declines with age. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed lean beef along with resistance exercise saw significantly better strength improvements than those using plant protein alone. For optimal benefits without concerns about saturated fat, choose lean cuts like sirloin, tenderloin, or round, and aim for 3 to 4 servings per week. 1. Whey protein. And now for the number 1 most effective food for stopping and reversing muscle loss. Whey protein. Whey protein is the food with that special protein fraction I mentioned earlier that outperformed medications in clinical trials. What makes it so effective? First, whey has the highest concentration of leucine of any protein source, the essential amino acid that directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Studies show that seniors need approximately 40% more leucine than younger adults to achieve the same muscle-building effect. Second, whey protein is rapidly digested and absorbed, creating a quick spike in amino acids that's ideal for triggering muscle growth and repair, especially important for older muscles that have become less responsive. A landmark study from McMaster University found that seniors supplementing with whey protein retained 40% more muscle mass over a 6-month period compared to those consuming conventional protein sources. Even more impressive, when combined with even minimal resistance training, simple exercises you can do at home, whey protein supplementation led to dramatic improvements in muscle strength, balance, and metabolic health in just 12 weeks. Most importantly, whey protein works fast. Studies show measurable improvements in muscle protein synthesis within hours of consumption, with visible changes in muscle mass possible within 4 to 6 weeks of regular use. For optimal results, nutrition scientists recommend that seniors consume 25 to 30 grams of high-quality whey protein daily, ideally within 30 minutes after any physical activity or exercise. Look for whey protein isolate, which has the highest protein concentration and lowest levels of lactose and fat. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry, the processing of whey protein isolate removes almost all lactose, making it well tolerated by most people with lactose sensitivity. The simplest way to incorporate whey protein is to mix it into a smoothie with berries, a tablespoon of olive oil, and some leafy greens, combining several of the muscle-preserving foods we've discussed. Now that you know the top foods for preserving and rebuilding muscle, let's talk about how to practically incorporate them into your daily life with a simple 7-day plan. Day 1, focus on quality protein. Start your day with 2 eggs and a slice of whole grain toast. For lunch, have a salad with 3 ounces of grilled chicken or fish, olive oil dressing, and plenty of leafy greens. For dinner, include 3 to 4 ounces of lean beef, salmon, or legumes as your protein source. End your day with Greek yogurt about an hour before bed. Day 2, add whey protein. Today, incorporate a whey protein shake into your morning routine. Mix 25 to 30 grams of whey protein with water, milk, or almond milk. Continue focusing on quality protein at each meal, and include at least 1 serving of berries and leafy greens. Day 3, boost healthy fats. Today, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to your meals. Include a small handful of nuts or seeds as a snack. If you eat fish today, choose fatty varieties like salmon or mackerel. Day 4, focus on vegetables and legumes. Include at least 2 cups of leafy greens throughout the day. Add a serving of beans or lentils to one of your meals. Continue with your protein shake and quality protein at meals. Day 5. Combine food strategically. Morning smoothie with whey protein, berries, and spinach. Lunch with beans, olive oil, and a protein source. Dinner with lean beef or fish, leafy greens, and olive oil. Day 6, adjust timing for maximum benefit. Today, pay attention to when you eat certain foods. Consume most of your protein sources earlier in the day. Have Greek yogurt in the evening before bed. If you exercise, have your whey protein within 30 minutes afterward. Day 7, review and adjust. On day 7, review how you feel after incorporating these foods. Notice. Has your energy level changed? Do you feel stronger during daily activities? How is your sleep quality? Any changes in stiffness or soreness? Adjust your plan based on what worked best for you. Now let's address some common concerns you might have about these recommendations. I'm lactose intolerant, can I still use whey protein? Yes, whey protein isolate has very little lactose. Most people with lactose intolerance can tolerate it well. Alternatively, you can use a lactose-free whey protein product specifically designed for those with sensitivities. I'm vegetarian, what can I substitute for meat and fish? Vegetarians can get excellent results by focusing on eggs and Greek yogurt, if you eat these. Combining legumes with nuts/seeds for complete protein. Using plant-based protein powders that combine different sources for a complete amino acid profile. I have kidney concerns, is high protein safe for me? If you have diagnosed kidney disease, consult with your doctor about appropriate protein levels. However, for those with normal kidney function, research shows that higher protein diets are safe and beneficial, even for seniors. I'm on a fixed income, how can I afford these foods? Focus first on the most cost-effective options. Eggs are one of the least expensive high-quality proteins. Canned fatty fish like sardines provide excellent nutrition at a lower cost. Dried beans and lentils offer protein at pennies per serving. Frozen berries and greens are nutritionally similar to fresh but cost less and last longer. While nutrition is the foundation for preserving muscle, combining these muscle-building foods with even minimal movement dramatically enhances your results. Research shows that seniors who combined optimal nutrition with simple strength exercises saw 3 times better results than those who only improved their diet. Here are 5 simple movements that, when combined with the muscle-preserving foods we've discussed, can accelerate your results. 1. Chair squats. These strengthen the large muscles of your legs and buttocks, crucial for mobility and independence. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly lower yourself as if sitting down, but just touch the chair lightly. Push through your heels to stand back up. Start with 5 repetitions, gradually building to 10 to 15. Do this once daily, or twice if you're feeling strong. 2. Wall push ups. These safely strengthen your chest, shoulders, and arms. Stand facing a wall, about arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height. Bend your elbows to bring your chest toward the wall. Push back to the starting position. Start with 5 to 10 repetitions, gradually increasing as you get stronger. 3. Seated leg lifts. These strengthen your core and hip flexors, crucial for balance. Sit in a sturdy chair with good posture. Slowly lift one leg until it's straight out in front of you. Hold for 3 seconds, then lower slowly. Repeat 5 times on each leg. As you get stronger, try lifting both legs simultaneously. 4. Standing heel raises. These strengthen your calves and ankles, improving balance. Hold on to a counter or sturdy chair for support. Rise up onto your toes as high as comfortable. Lower slowly back down. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Try to work up to doing these without holding on for support. 5. Light walking. Simply walking for 10 to 15 minutes after consuming protein has been shown to increase muscle protein synthesis by 25%. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes if needed. Focus on good posture and confident steps. Gradually increase duration as you build strength. Consider using walking poles for added stability and upper body engagement. Research shows that consuming your protein-rich foods, especially whey protein, within 30 minutes before or after these simple movements maximizes your body's muscle-building response. This anabolic window is when your muscles are most receptive to the nutrients needed for repair and growth. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Studies show that doing these simple movements just 2 to 3 times per week, combined with daily attention to protein intake, can lead to measurable improvements in muscle mass and strength within 4 to 6 weeks. Remember, you don't need to exhaust yourself. Even tiny amounts of movement, when done regularly and combined with proper nutrition, trigger your body's muscle-preserving mechanisms. Let me share with you some remarkable results from real people who have applied these principles. Margaret's story. At 78, Margaret had become so weak she needed help getting out of the bathtub. After implementing the nutrition plan we've discussed, with special attention to whey protein and fatty fish, and adding simple chair squats to her daily routine, she regained enough strength to maintain her independence. Within 8 weeks, she could once again get up from chairs and in and out of the tub without assistance. Robert's experience. Robert, age 72, had been an avid gardener all his life but found himself too weak to continue his hobby. After following this muscle-preserving nutrition plan for just 6 weeks, he regained enough strength to return to light gardening. After 3 months, he was back to full gardening activities and even added 2 new raised beds to his garden. These aren't isolated cases. A 2019 clinical trial following 642 seniors over age 65 found that those following a high-protein diet combined with simple resistance exercises increased their muscle mass by an average of 4.2% in 12 weeks. Improved their grip strength by 26%. Reduced their fall risk by 41%. Reported significantly higher energy levels and quality of life. Even more impressive, participants who specifically included whey protein, fatty fish, and olive oil showed the most dramatic improvements, even those who started with significant muscle loss. Let's recap what we've learned today. 1. Muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging, it can be prevented and even reversed with the right nutrition and minimal movement. 2. The top muscle-preserving foods are whey protein, the #1 most effective option. Lean beef. Berries. Olive oil. Leafy greens. Beans and legumes. Nuts and seeds. Eggs. Fatty fish. Greek yogurt. 3. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, focusing on the high-quality sources we've discussed. 4. Simple movements like chair squats, wall push-ups, and short walks dramatically enhance the muscle-preserving effects of proper nutrition. 5. Results can begin in as little as 4 to 6 weeks with consistent implementation. I encourage you to start with just one change this week. Perhaps begin with adding a whey protein shake to your morning routine, or incorporating an extra serving of fatty fish into your weekly meals. Remember, you don't have to implement everything at once. Small, consistent changes lead to remarkable results over time. I'd love to hear which of these muscle-preserving strategies you plan to try first. Leave a comment below sharing which food or simple movement you'll be adding to your routine this week. And if you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We share new, research-backed health information for seniors every week. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, your muscles, and your independence, are worth protecting. With the right nutrition and simple movements, you can maintain your strength, mobility, and quality of life for years to come. Until next time, here's to your health, strength, and independence.